What's up, Dog Pound? We back with another video. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most important parts. If you're on the phones right now, talking to sellers, this is one of the most important videos that you want to watch. We're going to talk about how to overcome objections, like cash objections for a wholesale deal, right? The 5 common objections that you're going to get and how to overcome them. The very first thing you want to do before you overcome an objection is first verify and ask yourself, is this an objection or a complaint? Because most objections that you're going to overcome are actually complaints, right? So if somebody says, I don't have time, it's a complaint. If somebody says, I don't want to talk right now, it's a complaint. If somebody says, what's another objection? I don't fucking know.
Too low.
Somebody says your price is too low. That's a complaint, right? That's not telling me, or no, that's not really.
That's an objection.
That's an objection.
Yeah,
but if somebody says, I don't like your price, that's a complaint, right? So we have to be able to distinguish, is somebody giving me an objection? Like, are they actually objecting? So an objection to somebody they don't agree with what you're telling them. Like, you guys are on two different playing fields right now. They don't agree with what you're saying, right? And a complaint is literally just somebody complaining, saying that they don't like something or just complaining. Everybody knows what a complaint is, right? And you need to distinguish, is this a complaint or an objection? Now, if it's an objection, we're going to talk about that. So objection number 1, the price is too low, right? And in this case scenario, somebody tells you that the price is too low. The price you just offered them is too low. 1, you probably did a bad job jumping in front of the objection before you gave the offer. So before you do that, before you give an offer, I may even tell a seller that my offer is going to be low. I'll tell them, my offer is not always the highest offer. In fact, it may be one of the lower ones, but I can guarantee you that my offer was actually going to go in your pocket. This is going to hit your bank account. I don't want to just give you a number that's going to make you feel good. I want to give you a number that's going to work. Right. So 1, you have to get in front of it. You have to get in front of the objection before it even happens. Right. So now the expectation is set. And even before I give my number, like, I'm going to put on my actor's hat, and I'm going to say, man, I don't know. I'm actually scared to give you this number. We built such a good relationship. I don't want you to hang up on me. It's pretty low. Right. And then when I give my number, he like, what's going through his mind before that is like, man, this is going to be a really low offer. And then when I give him my number, it's not going to be as low as he was expecting. Right. So boom, let's just say you didn't do that. Right. Let's say you didn't jump in front of the objection and you did get your price is too low. What do you want to do? You want to figure out, well, what does this person need? Right. So I'm just going to ask, just ask the question. Okay. So what do you need? Right. What don't you like about the offer? Why is this so low? Right? Why is the price low to you? What are you looking to accomplish? Right? Let's figure out what this guy is looking to accomplish. So if you're getting this objection, that means the seller doesn't see the value that you're looking to provide. Right? So you need to do a better job of providing the value and showing how this offer is actually solving their problem. Right? So if our seller needs cash, right, and they need a higher cash price, usually it's in return for speed or equity, right? So if we're moving fast because they don't want to go through real estate agents and all this extra stuff, we can do that, but we need to have a lower price, right? So show them the value that you're providing with this offer. Objection number 2, I'm not interested. Objections that's a real objection, right? When somebody says, I'm not interested. Okay, now it's time. Now it's time to start overcoming some things, right? Let's figure, and this one is pretty tough because they're not giving you much to work with, right? They're just saying, I'm not interested. Okay, so now we need to figure out, what don't you like, right? Like, me personally, I'm going to ask, is this me? Is it me or is it the deal that you don't like? Like, what is it, right? And you want to address that. We want to figure out exactly why they're not interested, and we want to ask questions directed to that. The main thing is to address it directly. Address the elephant in the room. What are you not interested in? What don't you like? Objection number 3, I need to think about it. What does this really mean? This really means that they're not working with you. They don't want to work with you, right? When they say, I want to think about it, that really means no. And I usually say that to sellers as well. Like, if they tell me I need to think about it, I may say, usually when a seller tells me that they need to think about it, it's usually them telling me no nicely. Is that the case here? And they'll tell me yes or no, like straight up. To overcome this objection, you need to create a sense of urgency, right? You need to make them feel like, because at this point, they feel like they're the pretty girl at that's getting asked to prom with everybody, right? For everybody. You need to make them feel like they're not the only ones. So you need to create a sense of urgency and scarcity. I get it. I understand that you need to think about this. Let's think about it right now. Let's think about it together, because once we get off of this call, I have about 5 other calls that I need to make. And I'll tell you, Nick, I'm actually we need to buy a property before this week is over. We're going to be buying a property before this week is over. And I can't guarantee by the next time we speak, the funds will be available. Right? So let's talk about it. What do you need to think about? So what are we doing? We're creating scarcity. We're creating urgency. And I'm asking another question to put the ball back in their court. All right. Objection number 4. What's your company name? What a seller is really asking you when they ask you what's your company name is, have you done any deals? Are you credible? Are you an actual buyer? Or are you somebody who lives in your mom's basement and doesn't really do deals, right? Are you a rookie? Are you a beginner? Can they trust you is what they're asking you. So the mistake that I hear most people make when they get this objection is they start explaining, oh, I'm with fast home offers. You can check me up. No, how I overcome this objection is I really confused. Company name? I'm just a group. We're just a group of guys who buy houses in the area. You know, I'm not a big company. We have a couple LLCs, but I'm not a big company like Zillow or Opendoor. Were you looking to work with somebody bigger like that? And every single time they're like, no, we're good, right? They don't worry about my company name anymore because I provided that credibility. So what are we doing there? We're providing that credibility, showing them that I actually buy properties in the area, and I'm putting it right back on them. And I'm asking them, you know, would you rather work with a bigger company? Most people do not want to work with these bigger companies. They want to work with a company that they know that they can trust. Objection number 5 is I need to go talk to my wife or spouse, husband, partner, whoever. And they deflect it to somebody else. Now, what they're really doing is they're saying that they are not interested at this time, right? Most times they do not have a partner. They do not have a spouse. They do not have a wife that's going to help them make this decision. So a lot of times what I do is I lean right into it. So I'll say, okay, awesome. You need to speak to your wife. I'm a married man. I wouldn't imagine making a decision like this without speaking to my wife either. Right? Now, let's just imagine you have this conversation with your wife. You're sitting at the dinner table tonight and she says no. What's the plan? You'll be surprised how many people actually say, well, I'll do it anyways. Okay, great. Then let's do it. I'll send the paperwork over. I'll get your autograph and we can move forward. Right? And then if he says that I won't do it, right, then we'll figure out, okay, so what do you think her biggest objection will be to doing a deal like this? And right then and there, he's going to tell you what he thinks her objection would be. And what that really is, that's his objection. Everything that comes out of his mouth at that point is going to be his objections, not his wife's, because how can it be hers if she didn't even hear what's going on, right? It's his objections, and that's what we can tackle and overcome together. If you haven't gotten these objections yet, that just means you're not making enough calls, because you will get these objections. I hope this video helps you overcome them. Hope you close way more deals. Let's go over more things like this in the Dog Pound Discord. I'll see you there.
They tryna talk, they not in a room.